In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the 4 key ingredients that you need if you're a spiritual entrepreneur, if you're an intuitive, and you're trying to create an online business. This is the number one question I get asked all the time, right? I've grown my following to over 10,000, 12,000 on 2 platforms, Instagram and TikTok. And now I'm here on YouTube, taking this a lot more seriously than I have in the past. Short form content is just my fun thing. But then on here, I like to dive a little bit deeper. And also YouTube is just like a space where I can stash all of the deeper wisdom for my 6-year-old. So if he ever grows up and I die or something happens to me, God forbid, then he has my entire library of wisdom to help him become the best version of himself and be paid for it, right? That's my mission. So these are the 4 things that are literally stopping you from getting to those first 5K, 10K months, because you are not doing it in this order, right? This is literally it. What the thing is, when we follow our spiritual blueprint as spiritual entrepreneurs, that's the most important part of the piece. And most of us are not recognizing that, we're forgetting that, and we're getting lost in this sea of noise of business online. And I've been here more times than I can count, right? Because I love business. I love everything to do with learning, marketing, sales, strategies, techniques, content pieces, messaging, hooks, prompts, all the things, you name it. I've been there, done it, right? And I gather loads and loads of skill sets doing that. And that's fun and all of that stuff. But there is an actual process to my madness of how I've made an impact on other platforms, including this one. Like, however many of people come and follow me, they follow me because of some sort of embodied wisdom. Something in my energy radiates and people like that. That's why they subscribe, right? Otherwise, you're not going to subscribe. You're not going to come and connect with people that you don't fucking like, love, and trust and want to learn more from. So again, this is the first thing. In order to be able to do that for yourself, you need to know yourself. Who the fuck are you? And when I say know yourself, I mean learn who you are on a deep, deep level. This is the study that I've been doing for years on myself, which is why I come across in this. Everybody asks me like, Janie, how are you so convicted in what you're saying? Janie, why do you have so much confidence? Like blah, blah, blah. It's like, this is something that I've developed over time because I've thrown myself into learning, who am I? When I ask myself, who is Janie? I know who I am. I'm the soul. Okay, who is Janie's soul? What does she come here to do? Okay, I came here with a mission in place and I'm going to die living out that mission. And that purpose is to be my authentic truth, be paid for it, and to show others how to do it as a role model. This is literally, it's so simple, but it wasn't this simple of me knowing exactly what this mission was. It landed now because I've been studying astrology. I've been studying my human design. I've been studying numerology. I've been studying tarot. Like, I've been doing all of the things to really pull from I've dissected my entire blueprint, if you like. And that's why I dissect other people's and my clients so easily, right? It's like, oh, you're this moon in this house. Okay, this is what you're meant to do. Oh, you're this Jupiter and this. Okay, this is how you're supposed to show up. Okay, you're this. Okay, this is the energy. This is how you build your business model. All of that comes so easy to me now because I've spent like over 20 years of my life just learning who I am. So this is the point number 1 that I want to make, right? Learn yourself. If you don't know how to do this, I'm going to have a free soul blueprint cheat sheet. If you join the free mindset codes below, it'll be linked up in there. So come join that free space and then you'll get the soul blueprint cheat sheet, which is going to have all the aspects that you want to be diving into, what it actually means for you, and how you can go and literally plug this into ChatGPT to really get the essence of who you are. And this is something that you want to keep coming back to. Like, I come back to this year after year, month after month, sometimes week after week. Like this month I've spent pretty much about like 3 weeks on it. Like, I've just loved diving into this so much more deeper. And that's why my mission has gotten so much more stronger. So know yourself. The other part of this knowing yourself is the skills come under this umbrella. Okay. So each of the 4 layers I'm giving you, in each part, there are certain aspects to that ties into your business, okay, and how you make money. So in the know yourself section, this is where you also want to be learning who you are. And then if you've got any skill gap that you feel like, oh, this is part of my purpose to do speaking one day, but I don't feel confident in speaking, then book yourself a course, book yourself a paid speaking program, whatever the thing that you need. Or if you know, okay, in your chart, it says something to do with, oh, you're actually here to build confidence in people. Okay, but you don't feel confident right now. Go and get yourself confident courses. Go and start practicing. This is the whole point, right? For me, I had to really understand who the fuck I was so that I now get to teach you guys who you are and how to get paid for it. But first, I had to develop all the skills that it took in business of being myself, showing up myself, growing audiences to like over 10,000, making money from those audiences, and continuing to show up in that way. And whatever I evolve and grow into now, I continue to show and share. So knowing yourself involves 2 key things: learning who you are, which is all the study, and then developing new skill sets. Okay. If you do those things under the knowing yourself umbrella, now this can take as long as you need, you guys. Do not rush this process, but do a bit of this, like spread yourself into do what works for you. But again, there is divine timing at play. So what you feel like doing intuitively is usually the correct course of action. So always take that with the most aligned direction for you by trusting your inner intuitive voice of, oh, what do I feel like learning about myself? And then go dive deeper. If you don't feel like learning, you don't feel like learning a new skill, then you might be in this second stage, which is being yourself. Maybe you just learned something new about yourself and you're being that version of yourself. The second part is be yourself, right? What does this mean? You need to start embodying that authentic version of you with your friends, with your family, how you're showing up in your workplace. Everywhere that you go, start becoming more and more of the identity that you came here to be, and start deconditioning, which means unplugging, not doing the behaviors, the actions, the choices, the mindset that the old version of you that was taught to do, right? Because that's the mask. That's not the real you. That's the inauthentic you. And every freaking spiritual entrepreneur, normal entrepreneur, every single one of us has this. It's why we're so polite when we see people and we're like, we find it very hard to be our fucking truth, our fucking honest selves, right? That is why your energy then gets dimmed. You start to feel lost. You get overwhelmed. You procrastinate, self-sabotage. All of these are issues of you not being your true self. If you can't embody your true self, go back to step 1 and learn who the fuck you are, and then come back to picking one skill from the learning who you are section and being like, okay, I need to practice just embodying this. I'm just going to be this version of me. And then once that becomes a formed, fully solid part of your identity, then you can either go to this next third step, or you can go back to number 1 and go pick something else to know about yourself and learn about yourself, and then practice embodying and being that version of you, right? This is going to build your character, strength, your values, who you are, so much more to that level that nobody can then take it away from you, because you know who you are. You're rock solid in that belief, that firm, unshakable conviction. Okay, that's the energy you want to build up to. Once you've known yourself, you be yourself, then you're going to go to step 3, which is share yourself. Okay, and this is one of the most important parts of business. You cannot, if you're sitting there thinking, no, I'm not going to share myself, I don't want to be an influencer, I don't want to come online, I don't want to blah blah blah, that is all mind BS. And also, you cannot be an entrepreneur or an online business owner in 2025 and beyond without technology. You need to be creating content. It's as simple as that. You want to make an impact, you want to build a legacy, you want to make fuck you kind of money, and you want to be hitting money that is above income levels, and you want that level of freedom, you need to be coming online and doing content. It's not about the I don't want to anymore. It's not like brick and mortar stuff is like the age of the past. We're not living in the past anymore. We're living in the age of fucking Aquarius. Aquarius rules technology, information, social media, content, all of this stuff, right? You have to be sharing. If you're not sharing, you're not going to be reaping. You reap what you sow. What are you sowing in the online spaces? You have to share your authenticity. You have to share what you've learned to be paid. It's as simple as that. And a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs, they don't do that. They hide. They're afraid of being seen. And then they're just like, oh, I just dream. It's going to fucking remain a dream till the day you die. Sorry, to be blunt and honest, I'm on my period, which is why these videos are coming across a bit more blunt. But I feel like the universe is pushing me this way, because some of you might need to fucking hear the fucking truth. This is why some of my clients actually hire me. They say, oh my God, Janie, you're a fresh breath air. Breath of fresh air, because I'm so blunt and honest and I speak the truth, and that truth is what hits home. It literally creates transformation in other people's businesses because they fucking apply what I tell them to do, and they're like, oh my God, results, okay? This is what I'm here to do. I'm not here to mollycoddle, because mollycoddling gets you nowhere. It doesn't get you fucking from A to B or the transformation that you fucking want. So what's the point? Anyway, share your fucking self. Start bringing up that confidence. The confidence will be built the moment that you come online. I used to tell myself I was so shy. I disassociated myself from that label. So disassociate yourself from any label that you are picking as a spiritual entrepreneur. That can hold you back as well. I literally use that because that is who I class myself as, but I don't allow it to block my mind from the truth of business, from the truth of, oh, I have to set up systems, from the truth of the effort that is required to put into building my business, from the feminine and the masculine spaces. So I am at a very strong level in my identity to be able to do that. If you're not that strong yet, disassociate yourself from the label of spiritual entrepreneur, intuitive creator, all the things, and just say you're here to do your mission and you're going to be living it out. And in order to do that, you have to share your message. It's as simple as that. Every successful person you see, there's a reason why they have either a book published, or they have social media, or they have both. There is a big reason for that. Pay attention to the signs. Success leaves clues. Study successful people. Every single successful person will have social media platforms. They will have a book out at some point in their journey. It's the process. Every successful person fucking does the same shit. If you really study them, you'll just see it. They're just doing it in their authentic way. Okay? Trust me. Anyway, share yourself online. This is all the content. This is all the messaging. And again, you can go back to your knowing yourself. This is what I keep doing. I pivot between the knowing myself, sharing myself, knowing myself, sharing myself, and the 4th stage, because these are the bits that I love to, because I embody very, very well. I know that, right? My superpower is being my authentic fucking self, voicing my shit no matter what. I just don't give a shit. Like, that identity is just so deeply inbuilt in me. It's like in my blood, okay? Anyway, so I go back to learning who I am so that I can share more of that to you guys, to my clients, all of that stuff. Because the more that I study charts, the more that I study myself, I give a different angle. And then when I experiment and I'm like, oh my God, this fucking works in my business, let's apply it to your business, to my clients. And then they apply it and it's like, oh my God, it fucking works for you too. This is fucking magic. It's so exciting. Okay. Anyway, share yourself. This is your content, your messaging. So you can go into your birth chart and you can look up like your Mercury sign, for example. This is literally what I do in my free programs. And I teach you the Mercury sign. Inside of Intuitive Creator, we go even deeper with all the mindset, with all the energy work, the body work, the soul work, all the blueprints. But you can literally check your chart on how you are actually meant to speak and what topics you're meant to naturally speak about, because that's your authentic power as well. So again, you can unlock more and more of your unconscious gifts, your unconscious stuff that you don't even recognize is like, oh, this is the very thing I'm supposed to be doing. And then you share that online and it's like, boom, stuff start to take off, right? And this is what happens to my Instagram, my TikTok. It started to take off because I recognized all of a sudden, oh my God, as soon as I talk about spiritual topics, which is the 12th house, and I speak about embodying it in a practical way, which is my Mercury Taurus in the 12th house, everything starts to take off. And it's just like, oh my God, as soon as I started talking about spiritual business, spirituality being the 12th house, business being the Taurus, that's the best video on this YouTube channel. So it's not coincidence, okay? You can go and check your placements and then tie it into your business, tie it into your messaging, tie it into your content, tie it into the way that you show up online. So that's share yourself. So number one, just as a recap, is knowing yourself. This is where you learn all the things about yourself and the skills that you need to develop. Number two is being that version of you. Be yourself. Embody yourself. Be your authentic truth with friends and family, everybody around you. Then you have to share that version of you. Share yourself. Bring that version of you to the online spaces, share your message, share what you've learned, share all the things that excite you, that you're passionate about, whatever the thing, whatever you learned in your blueprint. And those of you who want to come work with me, the link is dropped below, where I do this for you. You literally get all the aspects of your chart of like, oh my God, this is your mission, this is your legacy, this is how you're supposed to speak, these are the topics you're supposed to speak about. And then you share that from that space and that energy. It's inevitable. Your impact will start to grow. Okay. And then the fourth thing is growing yourself, because we all have to grow and evolve. Businesses also have to grow and evolve. They're an energetic entity of its own. So you can grow yourself to a certain point and then suddenly you will start to notice that, oh, your business is just staying the same. And the reason for that is because it's now time for you to grow to the next level. And in order to do that, you have to get uncomfortable. You might go back to the number one of knowing yourself. Okay, who am I? Who am I in my business right now? Where do I want to go? Where do I see this business growing? And with each expansion, you follow these 4 steps. I promise there is no other doubt in my mind that you will be successful. You will be a spiritual entrepreneur. You will start making money in your business. You'll be here to make an impact. But you have to continue knowing yourself, being yourself, sharing yourself, and then growing yourself over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And this is what I do. And this is the embodiment that I do. And you can just watch my fucking journey. You can just see it from the beginning to the end, to the middle, to all the stuff. If that's what you enjoy doing. Lots of love. I hope this helped. Drop me a comment if it did. And I will catch you in the next video. Mwah.